ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Indiana High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the USA Today Network.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the state's best high school athletes.
Of course, none of this will be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? I mean the awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Devin Kitchell of Zionsville Community High School.
Devin Kitchell ranks among the top class of 2022 recruits in the country, but her heart already belongs to Michigan's nationally ranked swim program. This past season, the junior showed why she's coveted by colleges once again. For the second straight year, she was the lone double winner at the state meet. She placed first in both the 100-yard freestyle and 200-yard individual medley in the Indiana State Championships, and was just a second off the state record in the individual medley.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Devin. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Will Modglin of Zionsville Community High School.
Will Modglin qualified for the Olympic trials this year in 3 events. After a sophomore season in which he was the top-ranked underclassman in the state, he swam to first-place finishes at the state championships in the 100 backstroke and 200 individual medley, and helped Zionsville become the 9th high school ever to dip under 3 minutes in the 400 freestyle relay. Modglin is a name to remember for Paris 2024.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Will.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
4-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true, but there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you've got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden. or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Female Golfer of the Year is Macy Beeson of LaPel High School.
One of the top 20 ranked girls in the country and an all-state selection a year ago, sophomore Macy Beeson continued her meteoric rise in the preps golf world. She finished in style, as her two-day, two-over score of 146 was good enough to hold on against fierce competition for the Indiana state title. It added to a list of season achievements that included medalist honors in the Madison County Tournament, sectional, and regional.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Macy. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are
and the Indiana Male Golfer of the Year is Cash Beller of Peru High School. At state finals, Cash Beller led by 3 strokes after the first round before posting an identical 3-under round in the second round to cruise to the individual win. Beller, a Ball State recruit, was the lone player in the field to shoot under par, finishing at 6 under and winning by 8 strokes. He won the sectional title by 5 strokes.
Congratulations on a great golf season.
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Carrie Walsh Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. Here are your honorees for the Female Volleyball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Female Volleyball Player of the Year is Laurie Hernandez of Providence High School.
Indiana's Volleyball Player of the Year wrapped up an incredibly successful career for the Pioneers, where her accolades include Under Armour All-American, Gatorade's Volleyball Player of the Year, and 3-time All-State First Team honors. A Purdue recruit, she totaled 446 kills and 368 digs on a team that finished 23-7 and advanced to the Class 4A volleyball semi-state.
Congratulations, Allie. Way to dominate the state. And now, for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Volleyball Player of the Year. And the finalists are
and the Indiana Male Volleyball Player of the Year is Jude Deemer of Heron High School. Jude Deemer burst onto the scene as the state's fastest rising star on the court. Only a freshman, the 6'4" Deemer is already the most highly touted player in the state and a growing name on the national volleyball scene, thanks to an invite to the Boys Select USA Volleyball A1 National Team Training Program.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1, claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles, added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles. 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here, to tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are...
And the Female Tennis Player of the Year for the state of Indiana is Molly Belia of South Bend St. Joseph High School. The individual state singles champion, Molly Belia finished her freshman season undefeated. In the team state tournament, Belia helped guide St. Joseph to the finals, picking up the team's lone point in a 4-1 team defeat with an impressive 6-1, 6-1 win at #1 singles.
Congratulations, great work. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Indiana Male Tennis Player of the Year is Ajay Mahantiran of North Central High School.
North Central High School's #1 singles standout, A.J. Mahantiran's postseason performance earned him not one, but 2 championship victories. After helping the Panthers to their eye-popping 5th straight state title, the state's #1 ranked player kept it going by defeating his opponent in 3 sets to claim the boys' singles state championship trophy as well.
Congratulations, Ajay.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra-marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross-country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater Ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross Country Runner of the And the finalists are and the Indiana Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Karina James of Lowell High School.
Karina James earns the top female cross-country runner award after avenging a close call a year ago with a championship performance in 2020. After just missing out on a medal in the state finals with a fourth-place finish in 2019, the speedy Lowell High School junior held off her closest competitor with a final kick to grab gold this season. Also dubbed the state's Gatorade 2021 Female Cross-Country Athlete of the Year, she'll once again be among the favorites to earn a podium spot in 2021.
Congratulations, Karina. Here are the honorees for the Male Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Isaiah Steary of Angola High School.
Isaiah Steary, an Angola junior who was once an orphaned shepherd in Ethiopia, wrote another chapter this year in his improbable story. He went undefeated in the fall, capping his incredible season by winning the state championship race by more than 10 seconds. One of the highest-ranked teen long-distance runners in America, Steary also owns the state's 1,600-meter run record in track and field.
Congratulations, Isaiah.
Desmond, follow me here.
Okay.
The Four Horsemen.
Murderer's Row.
The Steel Curtain.
Broad Street Bullies.
Oh, good one. Phi Slamma Jamma.
The Splash Brothers.
You did good at that game. Certain groups of athletes stand the test of time, not just for what they did, but for how they did it.
Yes, and to present our award in gymnastics, we're honored to have with us a member of another iconic ensemble from that golden quintet of the Rio Olympics. Here's Laurie Hernandez.
Laurie Hernandez, a member of U.S. Women's legendary Final Five gymnastics team, helped bring home team gold and earned a silver medal for herself at the last Summer Olympics. The Jersey girl is back, competing again on the world stage, and as many know, she also took Dancing with the Stars by storm, finishing as the season 23 champion.
Hey, what's up guys? Laurie Hernandez here, and I am honored to give some love to gymnasts from coast to coast. This is an Olympic year, so our sport gets some time to shine in prime time. Don't get me wrong, that's a great thing and all, but for you guys, it doesn't matter what year it is. You're in the gym, putting in all the hours on the floor, beam, bars, horse, vault, and the rings, because you all know that perfect routine is out there. And if you love that chase of perfection, then you'll definitely have mad skills in whatever career path you choose. You hear people say, leave it out all on the floor. Well, I'm here to tell you that even if you get a perfect 10, a lot of what you learned in gymnastics comes with you off the mat and into the real world. So congratulations on a great year, and let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Gymnast of the Year. And the finalists are and the State of Indiana Gymnast of the Year is Austin Dykes of Franklin Central High School.
Austin Dykes set an extremely high bar in her first year of high school competition at Franklin Central. Only a freshman, she won the all-around competition at the State Gymnastics Championships. Dykes claimed the first overall title in school history on the back of a first-place floor exercise performance, as well as third place on the balance beam and fourth on the uneven bars.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Austin.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game. Some listen to the same music. Some people even wear the same sock for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather. Like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational. Whatever it takes, right? Yeah. What about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock, then the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
You can't have a high school sports awards show without showing some love to all the bands out there.
Yes, they inspire their teams, energize their fans, and are as vital to high school athletics as uniforms and sports drinks. The Best Band Fan Favorite Award is voted on by the community and gives us a chance to give it up for the band. Here are your honorees. Here are your finalists. And the winner is...
the Brownsburg High School Marching Band. The directors and staff of the Brownsburg Marching Band have worked diligently to make sure the students have a place to perform and feel a sense of normalcy during the COVID-19 pandemic. The marching band had a full production and performed at 4 different events. The band, which has been working its way up the ranks statewide and nationally, has been selected to perform in the 2021 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, where they will represent the state of Indiana.
Congratulations, great job.
Okay, let's be honest. I'm never going to suit up in a goalie gear and stand in front of a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot or block Shaq's shot. But I have put on a pair of tri-colored rented shoes and rolled a ball down a greased lane with some friends. So with the help of legendary Chris Barnes, let's go bowling, man.
Chris Barnes, the Kansas native, has claimed 19 PBA Tour titles during his 20-plus year bowling career. This 2018 PBA Hall of Fame inductee has rolled 55 perfect games and is the only bowler in history to win Collegiate Player of the Year, the PBA Rookie of the Year, PBA Player of the Year, World Cup Champion, and the World Singles Gold Medal.
Hey everybody, Chris Barnes here to give a much-deserved shout-out to my fellow bowlers. For some reason, bowling doesn't seem to get as much love out there in the world as some other high school sports. I, for one, can't think of a single reason why that would be. As the fastest growing high school sport in America, it seems times are changing. In our sport where perfection is an attainable goal, an accomplished bowler will always have a keen eye, laser-like attention to detail, and they'll have to make all parts of their game work together to be in absolute harmony with their surroundings, just like an athlete in any other sport. So I'm not sure why there is often this subtle lack of respect for bowling out there in the media. Maybe it's the shoes? But at least we don't have referees, right? Here are your honorees for the Female Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are...
And the Indiana Female Bowler of the Year is Casey Kelly of Jimtown High School. Casey Kelly had a standout showing at the statewide championship. Kelly finished as the state runner-up, advancing to the finals on the heels of a 3-game qualifying round in which she compiled the most pins of any competitor. Just a freshman, Kelly was one of 5 bowlers named first-team All-State following the tournament, and was also a first-team All-Region selection out of Fort Wayne's Northeast region after winning her regional tournament.
And now for the guys' lane. Here are your honorees for the Male Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are...
And the Indiana Male Bowler of the Year is Hunter Thompson of Daleville High School. Hunter Thompson finished as a runner-up at Indiana's statewide tournament. The Daleville High School sophomore posted the best 3-game qualifying score of any bowler at the state tournament. Thompson was also competitive at the Newcastle Regional, posting the second highest qualifying score to advance to the stepladder round. He earned first-team All-State and first-team All-Region honors for his efforts.
Let's move on to a very impressive award.
And the winner of the Kiwanis Club of Indianapolis Marion County High School Female Athlete Award goes to Morgan Hicks of Heritage Christian High School. Morgan Hicks takes home this annual award after a year that saw her earn numerous accolades. The Heritage Christian senior earned a 2020 Girls Golf Academic All-State Honorable Mention from the Indiana High School Golf Coaches. She won the 2020 Individual Championship with a 74 at the 2020 City Championship and was part of the overall team effort that also saw them claim the top prize. In the fall, she will continue her academic and golf career at Ave Maria University in Southwest Florida.
Congratulations, great job. When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken, and legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the Indiana Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Addie Wiley of North High School.
Addie Wiley ran the fastest mile ever by an Indiana high school girl and ranks #1 in the U.S. this year. Wiley, a junior, won the mile in 4 minutes 38.14 seconds in June in the Running Lane Championships in Alabama. Her record-setting mile came a week after she became the first to win the 800 and 1600 meters at Indiana's state meet. She set 4 state records this year, including 3 during the winter indoor season.
Congratulations, Addie. Dominating the state and still another year to go. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Cameron Garrett of Lawrence Central High School.
Cameron Garrett is jumping high and aiming higher. A qualifier for the Olympic trials, Garrett was unable to break the high jump state meet record of 7.4 set in 2018. But he did win the state title and showed consistency over March, April, May, and June. Garrett jumped 7 feet or higher 11 times in 9 meets, one of those a national indoor title.
Congratulations, Cameron. Best in the state, best in the nation. Hope to see you in the Olympics soon.
It is called the beautiful game. And we're 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world. I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer award.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Female Soccer Player of the Year is Jenna Chatterton of Noblesville High School.
A first-team All-State selection and Indiana Soccer Coaches Association Player of the Year, Chatterton scored 11 goals and added 6 assists this past season, leading the Millers to back-to-back Class 3A state championships. The University of Tennessee recruit scored one of Noblesville's 3 goals in the state title game.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Jenna. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Male Soccer Player of the Year is Jack Bowser of Chesterton High School.
Dynamic senior Zach Bowser was named Mr. Soccer by the Indiana Soccer Coaches Association and the 2021 Gatorade Indiana Soccer Player of the Year. He scored 3 times to clinch Chesterton's 3A state final win. He graduates with school records for goals in a single season and career.
Congrats on being the best in the state, Zach.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
You want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
You know, sometimes scoreboards and record books don't tell the entire story. And it's a team that doesn't win the title that everyone remembers.
The Top Team Fan Favorite Award recognizes teams who exceeded expectations and uplifted their fans regardless of their final record. For this award, each community nominates and votes for the most inspiring team from their area. Here are your honorees. Here are your finalists.
And the Top Team Fan Favorite Award goes to the Fishers High School Girls Swimming and Diving Team. This team of girls at Fishers have stuck through thick and thin over the course of several years. They earned the IHSAA State Team Runner-Up Award for the second year in a row and had a state champion diver for the second year in a row. The team also was able to send the maximum of 3 varsity divers to the state competition this year.
Congratulations, great job. Desmond, I guess it goes without saying that we both have a special place in our hearts for this next award.
Is it time to talk football, Laura?
It sure is. And while we both spend a lot of our time talking college football, if you've picked up a pigskin just once in your life, you're probably familiar with our next presenter.
No doubt. He's considered by many to be one of the greatest and most accurate quarterbacks of all time. And last season, at 37 years young, he took home the MVP crown. Here presenting the awards in football is none other than Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. You know, one of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the fumblerooski. So what do you say? We get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron. Here are the honorees for Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Mr. Football Award goes to Carson Steele of Center Grove High School.
Carson Steele led Center Grove to a 14-0 season that ended with the Class 6A state championship. The senior back ran for more than 1,600 yards and 31 touchdowns as the Trojans climbed to number 10 in the USA Today national rankings. Steele finished his Trojan career as the school leader in rushing yards and touchdowns and will continue playing at the collegiate level with Ball State University.
Congrats. You are the best in the state, Carson.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting, pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Here are your honorees for the Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Indiana Wrestler of the Year is... Jessie Mendez of Crown Point High School.
Jessie Mendez has been nearly unbeatable during his career for Crown Point High School. The junior won his third consecutive state championship, claiming the 138-pound crown by pin just 1 minute into the title match. The victory completed a 34-0 season for Mendez, who was one of the top-ranked prep wrestlers in the nation and will enter his senior year with only one career loss.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Jessie.
A lot of today's sports come from purely recreational origins. Not lacrosse. Created by Native American tribes, what we call lacrosse was used to train warriors and even had some religious significance. Today, its popularity is absolutely exploding, thanks in no small part to our next presenter, lacrosse legend, Paul Rabel.
Paul Rabel, the lacrosse superstar and legend, has 7 championship titles through his college, professional, and international career. The 3-time MVP co-founded the Premier Lacrosse League, changing the game of pro play for the fastest-growing team sport in North America.
What's up, all you lacrosse players out there? I'm Paul Rabel, and I've seen a bunch of your highlights and was blown away. You guys totally do your talking on the field, which is where you want a lacrosse player to do their talking, which got me thinking, why am I talking here instead of giving awards to you guys over there? So let's do this. Here are your honorees for the Female Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Indiana Female Lacrosse Player of the Year is Elise Latham of Heritage Christian High School.
All-American Elise Latham filled up the stat sheet for the state's best team, with eyes on avenging a loss in the 2019 Class 1A state championship game. As a junior, Latham has already recorded more than 100 career points, 100 career goals, and 150 career draw controls.
Congratulations, Elise, the best of Indiana and an All-American. And now, for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Indiana Male Lacrosse Player of the Year is Adam Blind of Culver Academies.
Adam Blend of Culver Academy has provided a steady presence in goal for one of the best teams in the nation. The junior goaltender is one of the most highly touted lacrosse recruits in the country thanks to his defensive prowess. He is slated to continue his playing career on the field for Harvard University.
Congratulations on being best in the state, Adam, and best of luck at Harvard.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents, going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the communities.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Chipper Jones here. Let's see who really knocked it out of the park this year. Coming up right after this.
Excuse me?
Hey, how's it going? Can I get you a drink?
No, I'm just up here to order some food.
No, please, I got this round. Hey, can we get a couple drinks down here? Hey, buddy, can we get some drinks? These guys are slammed today. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, what you drinking? Can I buy you a drink?
Guys, seriously? I'm just trying to order some fries.
Hey, man, I'm getting her a drink.
No.
No, I mean, I'm getting her one right now.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Hey, girl, I got you.
Wow, thank you. How did you get these so fast?
I ordered it to Refill.
What's Refill?
It's a new fast and easy way to order your food online.
Oh, you can just order it right from the bar.
Yep.
Can I bring it to you?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there's that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Softball Player of the Year is Keegan Rothrock of Roncalli High School.
Keegan Rothrock, the top-rated sophomore in the country, was simply dominant this year, leading Roncalli to the Class 4A state championship. A first-team All-State pick, the Florida commit posted a razor-thin 0.13 ERA and went 24-2 in 26 starts, which included 5 perfect games and 2 more no-hitters. She struck out 364 batters, walked only 6, and allowed just 3 earned runs in 160 1/3 innings. At the plate, she batted .442 with 38 hits, 20 RBI, 11 doubles, and 3 home runs. In June, she was named to the U18 national team.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Keegan.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeathed runners scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Indiana Baseball Player of the Year is Colson Montgomery of Southridge High School.
A projected first-round MLB draft pick, Colson Montgomery led Southridge to a 3rd straight trip to the baseball state finals, capping his career with a Class 3A title by showing smooth actions and a strong arm at shortstop. A 3-sport star and the school's all-time basketball leading scorer, emerged as one of the top prep infielders in his class. He's ranked 29th overall by MLB.com and 43rd overall by Baseball America.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Colson.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are in Indiana's Miss Basketball is Jayla Smith of Lawrence North High School.
Jayla Smith made good on a promise to her teammates to get back to the state finals, scoring 22 points to lead Lawrence North High School to the Class 4A championship. This year's Indy Star Miss Basketball, Smith led the Wildcats in scoring for a third consecutive season, averaging 19.5 points per game. A Purdue recruit, she became the program's all-time scoring leader and averaged 4.6 steals per game, setting the single-season program record for steals in a season.
Congratulations, Jayla. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are in Indiana's Mr. Basketball is Caleb First of Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian School.
Caleb First departs Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian with no shortage of accolades. The 6'10" senior is a two-time state champion, the school's all-time leader in both points and rebounds, and was the centerpiece for a program that won 105 games in 4 seasons. He averaged 21.4 points and 14.1 rebounds per game, and was named the Mental Attitude Award winner for Class 2A. The Purdue commit was also recently named to the U19 national team.
Congratulations, Caleb.
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship and through their strength and tenacity were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for the state of Indiana is Jacob Bush of Mishawaka High School.
Through a horrific tragedy, Jacob Bush became a teenager that many in his hometown suddenly knew plenty about. While riding on the back of a motorcycle with his father, Jeremy Bush, they were hit by another vehicle. His father died, while Jacob spent time in a hospital fighting for his life with horrific head injuries, a broken leg, and broken arm. The situation was grim for the first 48 hours after the accident. Jacob was put in an induced coma in the early stages. He wasn't able to attend his father's funeral, as the community mourned the firefighter's passing at age 41. And yet, he fought to beat the odds. After 3.5 weeks in the hospital, the physical therapy started. The community rallied to show its support through fundraisers, care, and creating ways to remember his father. His fight fueled a mindset within the community. The hashtag #JacobStrong could be seen throughout Mishawaka. There have been fundraisers, some involving t-shirts with the Jacob Strong hashtag, along with badge number 483, which had been assigned to his father. By the time he joined his football team on the field last fall, it was his journey that had already become an inspiration for so many. A few weeks later, he walked onto the Steel Stadium field. Following the home victory for the conference championship, Jacob was hoisted onto his teammates' shoulders. Jacob has been ahead of schedule in his recovery, and he's preparing for the next football season. Along the way, he was in competition this spring with the track and field team, entering the discus and shot put. Now he has been cleared to participate in football. Later this summer, he intends to compete for a starting assignment on Mishawaka's offensive line. He said that the support he's received along the way has made coming back seem like he never left.
Congratulations, Jacob. You've shown amazing resilience and leadership.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around, I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 3 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play. There really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay, guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year.
Carmel High School Girls Swimming Team, Center Grove High School Football Team, and the Yorktown High School Girls Volleyball Team.
And the Indiana Team of the Year is Central Grove Football Team.
The Trojans capped off a perfect season with a Class 6A state championship title, taking home the prize after a convincing win over Westfield in the championship game. Center Grove finished the season unbeaten at 14-0 and was ranked number 10 in USA Today's Super 25 end of the season rankings. They are just the fourth undefeated 6A state champion, and these Trojans should be included on any list of all-time teams after a season that saw them hold all 14 of their opponents to 14 points or less and outscore their 5 tournament opponents by a whopping 221-41. Center Grove was led by running back Carson Steele, who was named Indy Star Mr. Football, and a dominating defense.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. Now for the Coach of the Year. And the finalists are
Stephanie Bloom, girls volleyball coach at Yorktown High School. Mark Davidson, boys basketball coach at Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian School. And Jake Gilbert, football coach at Westfield High School.
And the Indiana Coach of the Year is Mark Davidson of Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian High School.
Mark Davidson led top-ranked star-studded Blackhawk Christian to the Class A state championship, following 105 wins over the past 4 years. But this season represented a fight for more than just a state title. Davidson, a 48-year-old powerlifter who played professional basketball for many years, is fighting a rare form of aggressive cancer that has spread to his lungs. The season took on a different vibe for many of the seniors on the team. They wanted to finish their careers by winning a title for Davidson. In turn, Davidson worked to keep a mindset of focus and without fear, even while enduring chemotherapy and surgery to slow the cancer's progress. But he stressed that it was important to show his own children and his team how to take it one day at a time, all while praying for more time.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA Draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, There is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Jenna Chatterton, a senior from Noblesville High School. Allie Horning, a senior from Providence High School. And Keegan Rothrock, a sophomore from Roncalli High School. And the Indiana Female Athlete of the Year is Keegan Rothrock of Roncalli High School. Under the brightest lights and with all the pressure on her shoulders, the country's top-rated sophomore proved she's above the hype. She's a champion. All season long, her youth never kept Keegan Rothrock from baffling hitters and simply dominating inside the diamond. Her team secured the Class 4A state championship, thanks in no small part to this flamethrower. And her dominance doesn't come out of nowhere. The country's top-rated sophomore has been playing since she was 4 years old. The Florida commit struck out 364 batters, walked only 6, and allowed just 3 earned runs in 160 1/3 innings. In 7 state tournament games, she struck out 111 batters, including 24 in a 1-0 10-inning semi-state win over Mount Vernon.
Congratulations and best of luck.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're going to give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'll say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw the Diesel some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Caleb First, a senior from Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian School. Donovan McCulley, a senior from Lawrence North High School. And Colson Montgomery, a senior from Southridge High School.
And the Male Athlete of the Year for the state of Indiana is Colson Montgomery of Southridge High School.
When you think Colson Montgomery, think small town, big, huge talent. A projected first-round MLB draft pick, Montgomery is committed to Indiana for baseball and would have been a Division I basketball recruit if not for his rapid ascension in baseball as a 6'4" left-handed hitting shortstop. Part of a family stacked with athletic talent, Montgomery thought basketball would be his path. The left-handed shooter is the school's all-time basketball scoring leader and led the Raiders to their first semi-state match since 1986. He was also a force his first year as a starting quarterback, when the then sophomore passed for more than 1,000 yards and 13 touchdowns, and then rushed for another 1,000+ yards and 18 touchdowns. But after taking in hard hits that year, he decided he needed to drop his third sport. His decision has paid off for him and the Raiders. In addition to attention from MLB and colleges, after 2 straight heartbreaking losses the prior 2 years, he was a big part of securing a long-sought Class 3A baseball state title.
Congratulations, Colson. Best of luck at Indiana University and expect to see you in the big leagues soon. Tell Mike Woodson I said hello.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
advice I'd give to my high school self would be don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love, that love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.